Kalyn here with a Paper Smooches stamp tutorial for you. Today I'm going to be using the Spring Fling stamp set as well as the Spring die set. And I'm going to be using the cute little chick image and some of the jelly bean images. So I'm just starting off with a regular A2 sized card, 4 1/4 by 5 1/2, and putting the little chick on a stamp block. Now I'm using walnut stain distress ink from Tim Holtz and just inking up my stamp and pressing it down. And now I'm going to color in that image using some Copic markers. I'm using a light yellow, kind of a medium yellow, then an orange, and a light blue. So you'll just see me kind of applying the first layer of coloring down on the chick and then adding in a little bit of shadow and then blending that out. I'm definitely not a Copic master by any means, but I've just kind of taught myself some little tricks, and usually it helps if I do the light layer of color, then the darker layer, and then blend back over with the lighter layer. So that's what I'm doing here. And then I always like to add a little blue around the eyes of any little critters that I'm using. I just think it helps add a little bit of personality and just some color in there. So now I'm taking the solid jelly bean image from the stamp set and going to prep it for stamping. Now I'm just getting all of my inks out. I'm using a variety from different brands like Hero Art's Paper Tray ink as well as the Tim Holtz Distress inks. So first I'm going to use the pale tomato color from Hero Arts and stamp a jelly bean in that. Then using orange zest from Paper Tray ink and putting that one down. Next up is mustard seed from Tim Holtz Distress inks. And the next color I'm using is Broken China, also from Tim Holtz. I really liked these colors for the jelly beans. I actually looked online at pictures of like classic jelly bean colors and these really seem to fit. But I wanted also a green and a purple, and I didn't really have those perfect colors of ink for this. So you can see I'm stamping down the outline of the jelly bean image in some of that walnut stain ink, and then I'm going to color it in with some Copic markers. And later I decide to take a different turn with this and try something else, but you can kind of see how this process evolved and how my idea sort of changed as I went along. So now that I have kind of the idea of the colors I want to use, I'm going to just be stamping each color and creating my big tower of jelly beans by just combining the different colors and arranging them how I think looks good. I decided to add in a little bit of red royal ink from Hero Arts. I decided that it needed just a little bit of a deeper red tone in the jelly bean grouping, so you can see me add that in here. Then I decided to die cut some of the jelly bean colors. Instead of the purple and green ones being outlined in the dark brown, I just didn't love the way it looked. So I decided to die cut those using the Spring die set and some green and purple cardstock. And then I'm going to be placing those over the top of the outlined stamped jelly beans. And now I'm just kind of filling in the blank spots with the rest of the colors that I think I need. So now I'm going to be just adhering down some of those die cut jelly beans, and I'm going to be putting one at the very top over top of my little chick image because I really want it to look like he's kind of swimming in this pile of jelly beans and not just floating over the top. I decided to use some foam tape squares to pop up some of the jelly beans. I just thought it gave it a nice little bit of dimension and gave it more of a realistic kind of look. Now I'm going to stamp my sentiment, and I'm using the How Have You Been sentiment from the set, and I really like it. I just think it's cute and that it fit perfectly with this little chick and his pile of candy. So just deciding where it's going to be placed, and then I'm going to ink it up with that red royal ink from Hero Arts. Since that's the least color that I have on my pile of jelly beans, I thought that it would make a good color for the sentiment. And you can see there I messed this up. It didn't quite stamp all the way down and even took a third try to get it right. So that's it for today's card. Thank you so much for joining me, and be sure to check out Paper Smooches for these stamps and dies that I used.